Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Grassroots Racing Show.
Hi, I'm Doug Thompson, and welcome to this edition of the Grassroots Racing Show. Tonight we have some really great racing action on Night at the Track as we head out to RPM Speedway ModMania in Hays, Kansas with field reporter David Chevarria. The grandstands were packed with race fans eager to watch the heavy hitters that traveled from as far away as 7 different states. There were 45 sports mods, 50 modifieds that checked in for the races for a total of 95 cars. There's some really heavy hitters in the field, including NASCAR drivers Ken Schrader and Clint Bowyer. But the racing isn't just about NASCAR drivers. We're going to see some of the best racers and top drivers in the Midwest in these 2 divisions. Also hitting the track is Derek Klima from Belleville, David Murray, Dylan Smith, Jesse Saubing, Jordan Grabowski, Dylan and Travis Sherfick, David Pedersen, and the list goes on and on. We want to show you as much of the racing as possible, so let's go straight to the track for the heat races.
All right, again, Levine, Herrick, Adam Cates, Ben Cates, Money, Struckoff, Kaus, and Schmidt. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Leading in the 11J with the early advantage, the 23K of Ben Cates. Third, the 21K of still your leader, the 0. Side by side for the 1S. That is Herrick in the 0 and Struckoff in the 1S side by side coming across the flag stand. Herrick slow though going through 1 and 2, so the 23K of Ben Cates makes his way forward to run third this lap. Still your leader, the 11J, Levine. Still with the 21K of Adam Cates. He spins down in turn 2, kicks up the dust. He's still moving forward, though we're going to stay green. Your leader still the 11J. Then it's Struckoff, Ben Cates, then the 0 of Herrick. 1 through 4 on back. Money, Schmidt, and Adam Cates in the 21K, tagging up in the back. Struckoff tries to slide it in front of the 11J Levine. He gets a little bit out of control. He turns up in 4. He's going to remain second. Now the 11J knows that they're on his tail. Herrick moving his way up. Jockeying with the 1S of Corey Struckoff. Bumped up 2 is the 0 of Herrick, still the leader. The 11J, nobody's going to catch him. So it looks like the checkered is going to go heat number 1 to the 11J. So there you have it, the 0 of Herrick, 4th to the front, running 4th, the 7 of Money, the 23 of K of Ben. Cates runs 2nd, and your winner, heat number 2, that's the 11J of Jesse Levine. Heat number 2 led out by the 40 of Cody Pancake. The 75 is next to him. That's Kyle Olverding making his way back to RPM Speedway. The 65A of Aaron Hilderman. He is in row 2. 26X of Shane Meeks next to him. Row 3, Jesse Saubing, as Mike mentioned, out of Iowa. National points champion last year, 99 inside row 3. 5S of Shane Stout next to him. Then you have the 32C of Jared Kaus and the 51C of Austin Carter. That's Olverding way out front on lap number 1. Olverding and Saubing beginning to check out ahead of the rest of the pack. The 5S of Shane Stout running 3rd. And it's the 26X of Shane Meeks. Shane and Shane running 3rd and 4th. On back the 65A of Hilderman. Although there's trouble for the 26X of Meeks. He gets high in turn 2. He drops back. So now the 65A of Aaron Hilderman moves up. But not for long. He gets into it. The 26X of Meeks. They have 2 cars spinning. Going to bring out a caution. He had given up that lap. Saubing looked like he might have got the good jump on Olverding, but Olverding had the momentum coming out of 1 and 2 on the high bank, high line side. It looks like we're going to have, with 1 lap remaining, still up front the whole race has been the 75 of Kyle Olverding. Jesse Saubing 2nd, then the 5S of Shane Stout 3rd. all well ahead of the rest of the field. The 32C of Kaus, Pancake, Carter, and Hilderman. But your winner of the checker is going to go to the 75, Kyle Olberding. So fourth to the front, looks like it's the 32C coming in fourth. That is Jared Kaus. The 5S of Stout runs third. The 99 of Sobbing second. And the checkers goes to, in heat number 2, Kyle Olberding out of Seneca. Here with heat number 3 of your SportMods. The 83 of Shaylin Holloway brings him out. Next to him, the 4N of Jason Nelson. 21M of Crone. The 01 of Jason McCartney. Clay Sellard in the 85C. The 39 of Pat Bedore. And the 15B of Andy Barton. Rounding him out, 18A of Jacob Adler. We're back to racing 8 more laps. Heat number 3, halfway through your SportMod. Heats tonight at RPM. Nelson, the 4N, your leader, to 83 of Holloway second, but it's tight with the 21M of Jake Crum. Of course, he is your point leader at RPM Speedway. 4 feature wins. We got Treble on the backside of 1 and 2. Yellow's going to come out. That's a 15B of Andy Barton. Treble navigating. Car starting to pace out. A few more car lengths in between them all. Forward Nelson, your leader, still in. It's Holloway. A few car lengths behind Holloway is your 21M of Jake Crone. Top 4 is rounded out by the 85C of Clay Sellard out of Buckley. Checker goes to the 4N. Jason Nelson from the 4th to the front. Recap, 85C of Sellard runs 4th. The 21M of Crone 3rd. The 83 of Holloway runs 2nd. And the heat goes to the 4N of Jason Nelson.
We'll take a break, but there's a lot more to come from RPM Speedway in Hayes.
Cleveno's next to him in the 13 row 2 is the 21Z of Mark Zorn. Outside of Mark is the 14W of Blaine Walt. Then you have inside row 3 the 55V of Dylan Schultz, the 3D of Gottschalk, and then rounding out the 44 of Austin Walker. That's Cleveno out to the early advantage. Walt running second in the 14W. After that, we have cars looking like they're going to go 3 wide. We go through turn 3 out of 4. The leader after 1 lap, 13 of Cleveno. Gottschalk had some trouble in 2. He moves to the back of the field, but 3rd and 5th, those two battles side by side. 3rd for that lap belongs to the 49 of Lauer, who just given the attention, spins and turns 1 and 2. That's going to bring out the caution. There's Dan Lauer in the 49. You see him stalled. No passing before that cone down in turn 4 when we do have a lap in the books. We'll go single file on the restarts. Still runs 4th. Your last lap. Nobody going to catch up with the 13 of Trenton Cleveno. 44 of Walker tries to get up high and hammer it down out of turn 2. We'll see if the strategy works to get the momentum out of turn 4. It does not, so he'll place 3rd in the 4th heat. Walt runs 3rd, so your 4th to front's the 55D of Schultz, 3rd. The 44 of Walker, 14W of Walt running 2nd, and checkers goes to the 13 of Trenton Cleveno. All right, heat number 5, the 11C, Corey McGann leads him out. Bart Baker next to him in the 37. Nice to have him here at RPM Speedway. Curtis Pill, the 3Ks inside row 2. Outside of him, Colton Osborne in the 50. Josh Apple makes it our way from Whitmore in the 65. 55 is next to him. That's Tyler Fry, and Dylan in the BOOK. Dylan Book in the check spot. You see that is the modified of, looks like Jerry Phillips. But your leader right now, close one, Bart Baker in the 37. Trouble for Fry, he's slow at 3. Bart Baker still your leader in the 37. Then it's McGann and Osborne. So far, the closest race we've seen in your heat so far for your SportMods. Book fires it down into turn 3. He's going to try to work his way up to the top 3. They're battling it out. That's the 11 of McGann. Book on the inside. They're sandwiching. A lot of contact there. It's Pill in the 3K. A little bit like bumper car. Still your leader is Bart Baker in the 37. The 50 of Osborne second. Book running third in the 00. We got a caution. Looks like Peter Better going to go check out some of the debris that we had there in between the turns. One more heat remaining for your SportMods, and we're going to roll out on the track 50 modifieds, including Kenny Schrader, number 9 Federated Auto Parts car, and then Crawford Supply. After the restart, Baker looks like he's got a little bit more competition, not making any space, allowing for any space to be advanced on is the 50 of Osborne. Fry's moved himself up, battling for the three-way battle for third, although Fry, again, as mentioned him, kiss of death. He turns and spins at turn 4, but he fires it back up, knowing full well that did that on his own. You see the black flag there for the coming out being shown to the 11C of McGann. Baker still out front. 1 lap remaining. Been a good heat so far. A nice, fast, smooth track. Up front, it's Baker, Osborne, Book, and Pill. From the first lap to the 8th, he leads it all the way. That's Bart Baker. 4 to the front, Bill in the 3K. Third goes the Book in the 00. Then you have the 50 of Osborne running second. And as mentioned, winner heat number 5, Bart Baker in the 37. 6th and final heat, Brendan Damon in the 33D. He's out front. Next to him, the 77W of Tyler Watts. Row number 2 will be Tony Roast in the 69. Then it's 19R. Corey Robinson out on the track outside row 2. We also have the 15X of Schroer, the 1 of Corey Heim, and the 7C of Cade Calhoun.
Pole sitter Brendan Damon currently leads Kansas State points in the IMCA Northern SportMod division.
33D, Brendan Damon, your leader, then the 69 of Ross, the 77 of Watts. 1, 2, 3, it's Tyler back there for 4th, the 1 of Heim, and the 15X of Schroer. Whoa, they get into it. Rose from the 69. He get on underneath the 33D of Damon. Damon came out hard, charging hard out of turn 2. They sideswipe, and Damon moves back 2 more car lengths. Now your leader is the 69 of Roast. Battle for second heating up. The 15X of Schroer, the 77W of Watts. And you see Damon, he is going the wrong direction. Got the back flag, he's going into the pit. Heat race done for the 33D. Nobody catching the 69 of Roast. 2 laps remaining and nearly a tire straight ahead of everybody. It's the 69 of Tony Ross. 15X of Schroer runs second. Then we got a tight battle for third. That is Heim in the 1 and the 77W of Watts. White flag goes to the 69. You'll see the races between the 1 and 77W for third. It could be a drag race to the finish. Oh, 77W gets high in turn 2. He's off on the backstretch. He doesn't just lose 1 spot, he loses 2, so Kaus moves up. The checkered goes to the 69 of Ross. And so the 32J of Joe Kaus moves up and finishes 4th.
Here's your lineup for Heat 1 of 6 in your IMCA Modified Division. Row 1 will have the 8R Jesse Richter at a great bend. Outside of him, your defending IMCA Modified National Champion out of Beatrice, Nebraska, George Grabowski. Row 2 inside the veteran out of Ponca City, Oklahoma, driving his 21 car, Van Gimmel. Outside of him, from Commerce City, Colorado, the 2 car. They call him the Raging Cajun, that's Jeff Walter. Row 3 inside the 2X out of Manhattan, Grant Yunhans. Outside of him, 19, that is Charles Stryker out of Eddyville, Nebraska. Row 4 has the 62, Maniac Matt Fabricius of Waukene. Outside of him, in the 97, is Lynn Thompson out of Turpin, Oklahoma. And starting in the back from Waukene, that's a 66T of Dynamite Dylan Chervick. 9 cars set to go Heat 1 of 6 in the Modified. Right now, Jesse Richter, your leader, Grabowski second. Grant Yunhans a close third. The 2X car, Van Gimmel spins turn 1. I think that's going to bring out a caution. It'll be Jesse Richter, Jordan Grabowski, Grant Yunhans, your top 3 on the restart. We're back to green. Chuck Stryker runs 4th in the 19. Jeff Walters into 2. That's Dylan Shervick, Glenn Thompson, and Van Gimmel. Here comes Matt Fabricius after getting high in 2. Grabowski trying to get underneath Richter for the top spot. Yunhans a distant 3rd. Stryker, Walters, Sherpick, Thompson, and Gimmel round out the field, followed by Fabricius. A new leader at Jordan Grabowski in the 30. Jordan was track champion at Thunderhill Speedway in Mayetta last year. Made the haul from Beatrice to Mayetta on Saturday nights last year. Doing some of that this season. 2 laps to go. Grabowski now pulling out a few car lengths. Race is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Jesse Richter, Grant Yunhans, Chuck Stryker. Field will see the white. 1 to go. Here comes your winner, Jordan Grabowski. Take a look at your top 4. 4th place going to go to 19, Charles Stryker. In 3rd, 2X Grant Yunhans. 2nd to 8R Jesse Richter. And your winner out of Beatrice, Nebraska, your defending national champion, Jordan Grabowski. Here's your lineup, Heat 2 on the pole. In the 41, to Rapid Ronnie Hill. Outside of him, the 92 car, all the way from Red Oak, Iowa, is Josh Most. We have 7 states represented tonight in the Modified Division. Row 2 is going to have 55Z, Zach Schultz out of North Platte, Nebraska. Trouble for Zach Schultz, the 55Z. Spins, he's moving, and we are going to stay green. Nope, caution's out. Caution is out. Complete restart. We are going to go back to green. Three wide. And taking advantage on the outside. It's going to be the 92, I believe that's Josh Most. Cody Gearhart to 1M inside of Ronnie Hill for 2nd. Calhoun's not far behind the 43C. Josh Most with us out of Red Oak, Iowa. He's out front. And it's Ronnie Hill. Cody Gearhart, Brian Calhoun, Jeremy Frenier, Zach Schultz, Brendan Gimmel, Tim Watts, and Scott Brown. Two laps to go. Cody waves a white flag for your leader, Josh Most, who has a 1/4 of a lap lead over your run for 2nd. Now Frenier with the run on the outside, gets around Ronnie Hill. Here comes your winner. That's going to be 92, Josh Most. Side by side for 3rd, Hill, and 4th spot's going to go to 1M, Cody Gearhart. 3rd to the 41, Ronnie Hill. 2nd, Jeremy Frenier, the 17J, and your winner out of Red Oak, Iowa. Driving the 92 car. That is Josh Most. Your lineup read 3. On the pole out of Junction City, 747 Corey Bird. Scheduled outside 11 Troy Plummer of Oakley, but he's a scratch. Big and Blue a motor there in hot lap. Row 2 inside, 7M William Nessler. Outside of him, Joaquini's Rob Day in the 7th. Row 3, 9 Brandon Blocklinger out of Concordia. Outside of him, ATJ Dustin Johnson out of Lawrence. In the back, 21H Shane Hyatt out of Rising City, Nebraska. And outside of him, in the 4TW, the 4TW is Tim Ward. He is from Gilbert, Arizona. 7N of William Nessler in second. That's correct myself. The 747 of Birch is in second. We got too many 7s tonight. Blocklinger runs third in the 9 car. The 7 Rob Day, 747 Corey Birch. Now 9 Brandon Blocklinger. 21H Shane Hyatt runs fourth. Tim Ward, the Arizona driver, is fifth in the 4TW. That's William Nessler, the 7N. And the 18J of Dustin Johnson. It's still Rob Day. Brandon Blocklinger now second, as Birch has slipped to fourth. Third spot now belongs to Shane Hyatt in the 21H. Got to spin Johnson down in turn 1 and 2, and he's down out of harm's way. We're going to stay green. He slid down bottom of the track far enough. We're still green. It's a race to the checkers. Blocklinger trying to make a move, but your winner's going to be, oh, correct myself, 1 to go. 1 to go. It was 2 last time. Can't do math. That's because I'm not smarter than a 5th grader. Now we'll come to the checkers, and it's going to be Rob Day. 4th spot goes to 4TW Tim Ward. In 3rd, Shane Hyatt in the 21H. 2nd, Brandon Blocklinger, car number 9 in the winner. Driving to 7 from Joaquini is Rob Day.
We'll see how Clint Bowyer and Ken Schrader do in their heat races when we come back to the show. We'll be right back.
Here's your lineup, heat number 3. On the pole, the 3G car is going to be Tyler Sutton out of Beloit. Outside of him will be the 10 car from Osborne, Manhinky. Row 2 inside, last year's track champion, the 8 ball from Russell, Marty Clark. Outside of him, the B21 of Chad Brown from Great Bend. Inside row number 3, Emporia native driving the 15, Clint Bowyer inside row 3. Outside in the 19J, Derek Klima out of Belleville. And in the back row, picked up his 2nd win at Joaquini last week, the 66T, the Terminator, Travis Shervick. Outside of him, Bill Albin in the A1 from Go. Tyler Sutton out to the early lead. Marty Clark a 2nd. Clint Bowyer goes to 3rd. Hanky Shervick ran out the top 5. Klima off the pace. He'll take the 19J to the pits off turn 3. Travis Shervick working on Clint Bowyer for 3rd. They're not far behind the 8 ball of Marty Clark. Albin gets around Hanky to move in the top 5. Bowyer raced modified several years down around Lakeside Speedway in Kansas City, plus a couple other tracks. Now the B21. Chad Brown off the pace on the backside. He'll head to the pits, turn 3. 3 wide, Bowyer to the inside, Shervick to the outside. They make a sandwich out of Marty Clark.
Welcome to the Grassroots Racing Show, Night at the Track.
Still Tyler Sutton, Clint Bowyer, Travis Shervick, Marty Clark, Bill Albin, Matt Henke. White flag waves, 1 to go. We come around to the checkers. SportMods going to go to 8 ball. Marty Clark in third, 66T. Travis Shermick second to Clint Bowyer in the 15. And your winner out of Beloit. Driving the 3G, that's Tyler Sutton. Here's your lineup for heat number 5. The veteran out of Junction City will be behind the wheel of the 187, Tim Echeverria. Outside him, the 70T of Terry Mullen. Row 2 inside, Great Bend's Nate Moore in the 7L. In the 7S will be David Solberg. Row 3 from Ryan Aaron Hayes, the 6T car, Jerry Teal. Outside, gentleman Jerry Phillip in the 66 from Galva. And in row 4, 88, John Hanson out of Brush, Colorado. Outside him for the 97M of David Murray Jr. from Oberlin. Coming off turn 4, your leader is Tim Echeverria. Nate Moore in the 7L. Here's Solberg to the outside. Murray going to follow him through. But there's John Hanson in the 8H on the inside. Now 3 wide with Murray to the top. Solberg in the middle and Moore down low. David Murray to the outside. Tim Echeverria to the inside. John Hanson right there as well. Your leader is going to be David Murray now in the 97M. And now Echeverria, who started showing smoke down the back straightaway, pulls to the infield. A distant third is David Solberg, then it's Nate Moore in fourth. David Murray, John Hanson, 1-2. David Solberg, Nate Moore, Jerry Teal, and Jerry Phillips. Race for third, Moore to the outside of Solberg. A pair of S's there. The 7S is 7L. With 1 to go. There's your winner, David Murray. Fourth spot's going to go to 7L, Nate Moore, and third, 7S, David Solberg. Second to the 8H of John Hanson. And your winner, the 97M of David Murray. So here's your lineup for your fourth and final heat race in the modified. Row 1 is going to have the 1N car of Nick Link. Outside of him, they're driving a Federated Auto Parts car number 9 is Ken Schrader. Row 2, the feature winner at Thunder Hill Speedway in Indiana Saturday night, Mike Petersilly out of Hoisenden. Outside your current state points leader from Salina, the 24, Corey LeGrune. Row 3 inside, 4P Dave Peterson out of Nebraska. 8th in national points, Dylan Smith, the 95. And in the back row, the 383, Milo Lippelman out of Oberlin. Outside of him, the 24B out of Springtown, Texas, is Chris Bragg. Kenny Schrader, your leader, car number 9. Petersilly trying the outside to Dylan Smith, side by side for second. LeGrune runs fourth. We're going to have a caution. We got cars off one, and we got spins and everything else. Caution's out. Caution is out. I can tell you right now, if Ken Schrader wins this heat, he's going to go back and really stack it on Clint Bowyer for running second. Ken Schrader, Dylan Smith, Corey LeGrune, your top 3 on the restart. One in Nick Link as we're back to green. Then you got 383 Milo Lippelman and 25P Mike Petersilly. Dylan Smith looks inside Kenny Schrader. He goes to the bottom, Schrader to the outside. Side by side at the flag stand. Bragg working on LeGrune, that race for third place. Smith and Schrader still hooked up for the top spot. Smith now has the advantage by a car length. top 2 in each heat's going to qualify for your A main. Right now, looks like Dylan Smith and Ken Schrader have that pretty well locked up. Everybody else will go to the B. Here they come. It's going to be Dylan Smith. 24B, Chris Bragg's going to finish in 4th spot. 3rd spot's going to go to 24, Corey LaRue. 2nd, 9S, Ken Schrader. And your winner, out of Osceola, Nebraska, driving the 95, Dylan Smith.
Now let's check out the IMCA Modified B feature number 1. The top 3 finishers transfer to the big event.
Striker out of Eddyville, Nebraska. Outside of him from Gilbert, Arizona, Tim Ward. Lots of good cars right behind, my oh my. A lot of good drivers going to be watching the A mains in the pit area tonight. No start, no start. Cody did not wave the green, that means no start. And I need to correct myself, the 2 car is the Raging Cajun and Jeff Wohlers. If I say Grant Yenhans, that's incorrect. Grant's running as a 2X car tonight. So that's 2 Jeff Walters. We're going to go back, see if they look a little better this time. Yes, they do. We go green. Ward on the outside to 14W. Here comes Stryker back on the inside. Nate Moore 3rd in a 7L. That's the bubble spot. Trouble in the corner. Caution's out. Caution is out. Back to green. Maybe 3rd time's a charm. Stryker, Ward, Moore, 1, 2, 3. Dylan Shervick, Jerry Phillips, your top 5. Shervick looking inside Moore. That's a race for 3rd. Phillips though coming up on the outside. Sparks fly on the front straightaway. Stryker, Ward, now Dylan Shervick, Nate Moore, Jerry Phillips to your top 5. Nesser runs 6th. Jerry Teal, Van Gimmel 7-8. And troubles for Derek Klima on the backside. So Derek Klima to the pits. Remember, he took the top 2 out of the heats for the Sport Mods and the top 4 out of each B feature. Modifieds, they transferred the top 3 out of each heat. And now we're taking the top 3 out of each B. And that will make a 24 car A main for the modifieds. 20 cars for the Sport Mods. We're back to green. Phillips and Nesser to the back on that restart. These are 12 laps in lane, just like the Sport Mods. Right now, your top 3, Chuck Stryker, Tim Ward, Dylan Shervick. Nate Moore back a few car lengths in 4th. Jerry Teal runs 5th. it's Jeff Wohlers and Grandpa Gimmel. Ward gets under striker for the top spot. Flags have been crossed this time. We'll be halfway, 6 down, 6 to go. There's Jerry Teal working on striker for that third and final transfer spot. Nate Moore trying to get in on the action. As Tim Ward, Dylan Sherman can pull out. Dylan Sherman will bring him to the white flag and troubles for Ward. A second place spot. He moves to the infield. That's going to put Nate Moore right now. And Jerry Teal to fight for third. And they both spin turn 4. Whoa! Caution's out. Boy, transfer spots changed in a hurry there. Ward seemed to have things in hand, and he slowed. He's going to come back on the racetrack. He's ready to go back to green. Then 97, Glenn Thompson in behind that. 7 in, William Nesser. 38, Scott Brown. 4TW, Tim Ward, and there is the 47 of Birch. 1 to go. Here's the battle for third spot. 3-car battle. Gimmel, Phillips, Wohlers. Forget the top 2. Watch your race for third. Your top 3 chance, first spot's going to go to 66, Jerry.
Now for the IMCA Modified B feature number 2. The drivers are battling for those top 3 transfer spots. The competition is fierce, so don't go away.
We are going to go green. It's Cody Gearhart, Chris Bragg, Marty Clark, 1, 2, 3. Calhoun is 4th. Peterson looking to make a move in the 4P. Peterson, the high side, is 3rd. Behind Bragg and Gearhart. Then it's Calhoun and Clark, 4, 5. Schultz leads a pack in 6th spot. Van Henke down on the infield on the backside. I think he's going to pull right back out though. Peterson, your new leader. Bragg and Gearhart's back to 3rd. Brendan Gibble on the move in the G3 inside Calhoun. Gibble up to 4th. Flags will be crossed this time. Will be 6 down, 6 to go. Right now, Brendan Gibble, the man on the move. The G3 car. Started 10th, up to 4th. Top 3 here will make up the outside rows of 10, 11, and 12. Gibble with a move on Gearhart. That race for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Gibble's got it, turn 4. A little contact made. Gearhart back. Gibble back to 4th, and Petersilly making a move. Now Henke slow out the pace on the infield on the backside. Car number 10. Eight ball Marty Clark pulls to the high side. He is going to head to the pits on the back stretch. Caution's out. Eight ball Marty Clark goes to the pits. He came to a stop. Caution had to come out. 8 laps down, 4 laps to go. Dave Peterson, Chris Bragg, Cody Gearhart, Troy Gimel, Mike Petersilly, Brian Calhoun. That's your top 6. Wow. Wow, 3 wide. My, oh my. Peterson, Bragg, Gimel, the top 3 that lap. Petersilly's right in the hunt. Gearhart fell back to 5th. Now Petersilly working on Gimel for 3rd. Right on the back bumper of Bragg. Lets Petersilly pull away, or excuse me, Peterson pull away a little bit. Petersilly now up to 3rd. 2 to go. White this time. White flag this time for your leader, Dave Peterson. Peterson looks to have it locked up, and we got, oh, Gimel gets wide. Oh, gets drilled by Schultz. We come to the checkers. So your 3 transfer spots going to go 4P Dave Peterson, 24 Chris Bragg, and 25P Mike Petersilly.
Welcome back. Let's head out to the track for the IMCA Northern Sport Mod feature races at RPM Speedway in Hayes.
the lineup here for you. The 23K out front, that's Ben Cates, your sport mod. 8 featured tonight. Get ready to give them all a big wave because it's the finale for your sport mods here at ModMania. Blaine Wall outside of row 1 in the 14W. Trenton Cleveno in the 13 inside row 2. Shaylin Holloway in the 83. Row 3 is Kyle Overding in the 75 and the 11J of Jesse Levine. Row 4, Jason Nelson in the 4N, and Tony Roast in the 69. That's the 99 of Jesse Sobbing, the defending national champion. And in your 15X, as we get started and underway, that was Seth Shore on this 15X. Cates out to the good start off of lap 1. Drivers come around turns 3 and 4 bunched together midway through the field. The leader, the 23K of Ben Cates. You see, yeah, we got a caution out. There's debris on the track. Now, starting the rest of your field, you also have the 50 of Colton Osborne and the 37 of Bart Baker. Had a good run in his heat races. And on back, you also had from your B features, the 21 Imp of Jake Crone, the 44 of Austin Walker, 3K of Curtis Field, the 1 of Corey Heim, the 00 of Dylan Book, the 5S of Shane Stout, and the 7 of Clay Money, as well as the 32J of Joe Cowles. Now, mentioned earlier, green flag is waving as you see the 23K of Cates. Still your leader. Looked like he was a little slow coming out of 2, but Walt Cleveno couldn't take advantage of that, couldn't get around him. Still the leader of the 23K. Walt, Cleveno, Overding, and Holloway, your front 5. Knocking on their doors, though, in the 6th position, the 4N of Nelson, but it's 3 wide coming out of 2. With Nelson and Sobbing in the 99. They're side by side trying to knife their way to the front. The 23K is still your leader. The 21M of Crone still mired behind a lot of traffic. You see behind the 37 of Baker, who has trouble out of 2. He drops back. Now Crone makes his way up another spot. A lot of laps left, but will it be enough to make his way through all the traffic that he sees ahead of us? And they're all still chasing the rear of the 23K of Cates. Still the leader of the 23K back to front. Other than Sobbing, he's made his way up nicely. He gets high in turn 1, though. But he's now fighting for 3rd between Walt. Sobbing, he started on the inside of row 5. He's made his way up into the front 4. Now looks like he might be in the first 3. Trouble for the 23K of Cates. He gets high coming out of 4, has a little trouble, gets a little bit loose, making up some ground. Now is the 13 who fires his way past the 23K of Cates. Now we have a new leader. We'll see if we'll be able to hold it coming out of turn 4. Looks like your new leader will be the 13 of Trenton Cleveno, and also a new 2nd place. Oh, the 23 and 99 of Sobbing get into it. Sobbing into the rears. We got some oil down on the motor. Laps are in the books. We're back to green flag racing. Cleveno brings him back, diving underneath. That's the 99 of Sobbing. He doesn't get all the way around, though. He might be able to drag race him down the backstretch. He does. Looks like we might have another new leader 2 laps in a row. We've had 2 new leaders. Sobbing brings it out of 4 across the flag. Leader on that lap. Cleveno now 2nd. Walt 3rd. Overding and Holloway, they're now battling and jockeying for 4th and 5th, respectively. Here we go, folks. We are crossing them up halfway through. 10 in, 10 to go. Sobbing, he's moved away a few more car lengths. He put a little bit more space between him and the 13 of Klebano. Walt, Holloway, Olberding. Now you see Walt with a good run out of 2. He and Holloway following the same line. Holloway now trying to look on the inside. Not a whole lot of room on the inside of Walt coming into 4. Sobbing pushes ahead a little bit more as the drivers behind him fight each other for position. Klebano still running second. You see side by side the battle for third between Holloway, the 83, and the 14W of Walt. Then you have Olberding, Nelson, and Walker. Chrome, look at his hard charging. He's moved his way up a little bit more. He makes the pass on the 15X. Schroeder. Could be a good trip to Kansas for Sobbing in the 99. You see he continues to pace ahead and putting distance between him and all the competitors. The 13 of Klebano running second. Walt continues to run third. Holloway and Olberding, they've been battling it out for 4th and 5th. Looks like there's 5 laps remaining. Not a whole lot of time to catch the leader, and there's a whole lot of space between him and Klebano. I don't know if Trent will be able to. You'll see if there will maybe be a caution come out, maybe a debris, maybe a spin. That might be their only hope, because nobody's going to be able to catch up with the 99 of Sobbing. Now Holloway, he's comfortably in 4th. He's got his sights set on 3rd on the 14W of Blaine Walt. Pacing out and adding more car lengths ahead to the rest of the Sport Mods. That is the 99 of Sobbing. So it looks like, knock on wood, barring any kind of disaster for him in the last remaining lap and a quarter, he's going to take home the checkered flag after one more lap. We will find out for sure. Nothing's ever said and done. Klebano, now he is in second comfortably. He himself about a straight ahead of 3rd, which is a battle between Walt and Holloway. So there we go. This is where the battle's going to heat up for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. We'll see how it irons out here with just 2 more turns to go. It's Holloway running 3rd. Looks like he's going to end up that way. Walt might be able to keep Olberding at bay. He does. So there you have it. Feels Olberding 5th at the 75, the 14W of Walt. 4th, you had an 83 of Shaylin Holloway running 3rd. 2nd goes to Trent Klebano on the 13. And your winner tonight, Sport Mods. Checkered flag goes to the 99 of Jesse Sobbing.
Well, you can see how Sobbing is a former national champion and currently leads national points. What a run.
He started on the inside of row 5. He had a tough way to get through all those great drivers. Klebano was ahead of him. Olberding, Nelson, Holloway, Walt.
Get in there. Victory lane right now. Winner of your Sport Mod division for the IMCA class here at RPM Speedway. And made a long haul this evening, and what a night to try to qualify for the feature, but you got in the field, and boy, last late caution down there really made him pay.
Oh yeah, I think the 23 was having some trouble holding on, and we got pretty tore up, but at least it was still good. And this is a fun track. This is the first time I've won here. I think I've been here 4 times, so I'm glad to finally get that off my belt.
One heck of a night to qualify when they've got close to 100 not sport mods, but total cars, and close to 40 sport mods down here. Some sponsors, Jason, on the car this evening.
Yeah, Jet Racing. This is a new Jet car. Pretty awesome. It was good. And then DSR Shocks out there. Those guys, Goki and them, helped me out a ton. And Club Lisa girls, that's one of the girls that's out here tonight. They're on my car too. So just everybody that helps out. And we got T-shirts. If anybody wants to come down and buy a T-shirt after the race, that'd help pay for some fuel down here.
It was a long haul. Just so you know, we're not going to let you take the gal home. We're going to have to stick with the trophy this evening. Who do you have with you in victory lane tonight?
My daughter Cassidy's 4 and my wife Brandy.
Round of applause. It's Jason Salvin. He's from the Cornhuskers, state of Nebraska. Taking one home here at RPM Speedway this evening. One more time as we get rowdy here. And
our last race of the evening is the one everyone has been waiting for, the ModMania Modified A feature race. The competitors are anxious to see how they do against NASCAR stars Kenny Schrader and Clint Bowyer. I'll admit, I'm anxious to see how they do as well. Now let's head out to the track for the start of the race.
He's around over here someplace. Where we've talked with Clint just a little bit ago, but of course everybody knows who this guy is. Guys down there talking about more pit football.
Yes, we were bench racing down there. Sorry.
And of course Clint Bowyer down here puts it in the show this evening. It's a heck of a field tonight. Just excited to probably be out there in the feature.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, awesome field of cars here. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm ready to get after it.
Now where is Kenny lining up?
You remember when I bragged on the front straight about outdrawing him? He drew 1 and I drew 9, so I'm no more bragging.
Got you on the redraw, so hopefully got a little bit of work cut out for you, but you can get up there this evening.
Yeah. Hey, again, thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it.
Keep your eye on him, of course. Clint Bowyer in the 15 out of Emporia, Kansas, coming down to race with us this evening. 17J, tell him what's your name, sir, where are you from?
Yeah, my name's Jeremy Frenier. I'm out of Fort Morgan, Colorado.
Out of Fort Morgan, Colorado. Got a nice little quarter-mile bull ring down there in Fort Morgan.
Yeah, it's a tight little track, quite a bit different from here, but I love coming out here. It's fun here.
Talk about some sponsors on the car this evening. Tell them where you're from and your name, sir.
Jordan Grabowski from Beatrice, Nebraska.
Out of Nebraska. All right, you got some fans up there, Jordan. Talk about some sponsors on the car tonight.
Razor Chassis, Icon Pistons, Schmidt Machine.
Ken, still got a lot of work to do, especially considering the field that's behind you.
I got blowed off my heat race run second. We pulled popsicle sticks, and that was the only one left when it came time for me to draw, so I'm starting up front.
Starting up front this evening. Thanks some sponsors on your car that allow you to get out here and go racing in the modified.
Well, we're very fortunate. We got quite a few contingency sponsors, which help us a bunch, but we're flying the colors of Federated Auto Parts, and they're our main sponsor.
RPM Speedway, there's your A-main starting lineup here. And round of applause for the drivers. Said they pulled popsicle sticks out of the old hat this evening, so how sweet it is for Kenny Schrader as he lines up.
The guys are going to go full wide for you. And a special salute to you race fans. Make a little noise coming around off turn 4. Your IMCA modified. We get the 1 to go signal. We're going to go green next time around. Ken Schrader, Dylan Smith. Smith currently tied for 8th in national point, right behind row 2. Outside the 30, your defending national champion, Jordan Grabowski. Inside row 3, 4-time national champion, David Murray. The list goes on. Here they come. We set to go 30 times around the 3/8 mile oval. And we are going green. Dave bobbles just a little bit. Blocklinger with a great run into 9. Here they come. Your leader is going to be Dylan Smith. Grabowski is 4th, Dave 5th, Frenier is 6th. Murray moving up to 7th with Tyler Sutton behind. Schrader trying to make a run back on the outside of Smith. Grabowski inside of Blocklinger for 3rd. A new leader in Ken Schrader. Smith still to the inside. Schrader, who did not run well last time here at RPM Speedway, would love to make a difference. The man on the move, Josh Most in 92. He is battling with Grabowski for 4th spot. Murray now trying to work his way up in the top 5. Bowyer is 6th. Murray spins off turn 1. Caution is out. Caution is out. David Murray off the track, turn 1. Back to green. Smith looking inside of Schrader. Most working alongside Blocklinger for 3rd. Contact made there. And Bowyer takes advantage to go to 4th. Smith back out front. Blocklinger pulls alongside Bowyer. That race is for 4th place. Frenier, Sherfick, and Grabowski not far behind. Well, Blocklinger, Shervick, Frenier, Grabowski, Richter. What a race there. Most alongside Schrader takes over 2nd spot. Shervick working on Bowyer. I'll be interested to see if Bowyer plays bumper tag with Schrader if he gets up that close. Shervick gets around Bowyer. Loves that high line and it's working for him now. Caution's out. Caution's out. Got one car sideways up in turn 1. And then Jerry Phillips got a little outside there too. With a 9S Ken Schrader, 66T Travis Shervick, and 15 Clint Bowyer. Then you got 9 Brandon Blocklinger, 30 Jordan Grabowski, 17 J Jeremy Frenier, 6, 7, 8 as we're back to green. Jesse Richter, Shane Hyatt ran at your top 10. Schrader gets a little high. Shervick looks inside, which doesn't happen very often. Bowyer pulling along, making it a race as well. Bowyer to the inside of Schrader. We're at the halfway mark. 15 down, 15 to go. Wonder if Clint waved at him when he went by. Man, here is racing all the way back through the pack. Again in the pits, 2 Grant Junkins and 41 Ronnie Hill. Shervick closing in on most. Blocklinger a car length behind Bowyer. Both in BMS modifieds. Shervick back to the high side. That's where he likes to run. Blocklinger gets by Bowyer, moves to 4th. Shervick still working on most for 2nd spot with 10 to go. Grabowski 6th, Schrader 7th, then it's Hyatt, Frenier, and Lagrune 10th. Now your leader in lap traffic as he puts Chuck Stryker a lap down. Shervick goes to 2nd place. Right now, your closest race up front, Grabowski working on Bowyer for 5th. He's about 2 car lengths back. Shervick reeling in Smith a little bit. Grabowski alongside Bowyer for 5th. Takes a spot into turn 3. Stryker's going to pull to the infield in the 19 car. Pulls down out of harm's way, will stay green. White flag will be out for your leader in turn 3. Coming in forward, 1 to go for Dylan Smith. Here comes your winner. It's going to be Dylan Smith. This spot, I believe, is going to go to 9. Brandon Blocklinger, 4th to 30. George Grabowski, 3rd, 92. Josh Moe, 2nd. 66T Travis Shervick, and there's your winner in the 95 car. That's going to be Dylan Smith.
I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Grassroots Racing Show Night at the Track from RPM Speedway. It was a great night of racing. Special thanks to field reporter David Cheverria and RPM Speedway. along with the top drivers from the Midwest in the sports mod and the modified divisions. They put on a great show for the fans, and the fans were not disappointed. Be sure to tune in next week for further racing action from the Grassroots Racing Show and Night at the Track. I'm Doug Thompson. God bless you, and see you next week.